Welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with College. My name is Ayana. I'm the host, and I have a very special guest, Kasey Sinclair. Welcome. I think congratulations is in order. You just won a national championship for dance over in Florida. Kasey, tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then just dive straight into that national championship.
Okay, my name's Kasey. I'm from Melbourne. I was originally born in Sydney, but we moved to Melbourne when I was 7, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'm 22. I've been in the States for a year and a half now, almost.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's really all about me.
Yeah.
But our national title is kind of crazy, like coming here, like from my post that we like discussed earlier this week.
Yeah.
I have never danced before a day in my life.
That is
Um,
so crazy to me.
yeah, I grew up playing like basketball, netball. I played footy from like the age of 12.
Yeah.
Very different type of environment. But I came here and I like met one of the other girls on the team's Australian. She's from Perth.
Yeah.
But I met her and she was just like, like you should join the team, like it'll be fun. And I was like, I've never danced before like ever in my life. And she's like, it's okay. Like they have three different like teams here. So you have like a game day team where you just like dance on the sidelines of like footballs and basketball games. And then you have like you're like it's like still game day, but you like do the halftime routines. So you learn like different routines throughout the year. And then like obviously competition team, you learn your comp routines and you go and you compete. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I could do that. And she's like, just come to like one of our practices. It'll be okay. Like you can just meet everyone, meet the coach, like see how you like it. So I did that in January of last year. Like I had been here, I think maybe 3 weeks. And I went to practice, met the coach, met the girls. I loved it. They were all super like welcoming, so nice. They were like, I was obviously a bit nervous, like never having like done anything like that before. But the coach was lovely. She's been such a big part of like my journey here, which has been really special to me. Um, but yeah, I did game day for the last semester of last year, and then this year I was like, you know what, like if the opportunity presents itself, like I'm just gonna take it and run with it. And
Mhm.
we had like just been she'd been announcing like our music that we were gonna do for like competition team, and I heard like the hip hop like music, and then we like talked about like our costumes and like the kind of vibe that we were going for.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what, like, why not? Like, the worst that's gonna happen is like, I don't make the routine, and it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, we started learning it, and like, I just fell in love with it. It's such a fun dance. Like, it's so different to anything that like I've kind of ever seen before, and like, it was different for a lot of the girls this year too. Two of our girls on the team helped choreograph it, so that kind of made it a little bit more special. But yeah, we went to Florida like almost 2 weeks ago now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, we got there on the Tuesday. We like kind of settled in. Mum surprised me out of nowhere, had literally no idea. We had like just gotten off spring break practices, which like we didn't even get a spring break. Like we were practicing from 9 till 9 every single day, Monday to Sunday. So we like have put in like lots of hard work, lots of hours. I think we tallied it up. We danced for like 52 hours or
Wow.
something for the whole week, which is crazy to me. Like it doesn't even feel real. Yeah, we like the first couple of days there, we didn't compete till the Saturday. So we just really practiced
Yeah.
every single day while we were there. Like we would get up, practice, eat lunch, practice, eat dinner, practice. Just really like trying to clean and refine those dances so like it looked how it was supposed to look. And then we competed on the Saturday, which was scary. Like it's such a surreal feeling. Like I can't even explain it. Like never having like a lot of the girls have that are on the team have been dancing for like 10 plus years. So like for me it was like it's this whole like journey has been really different because like I haven't obviously had that experience. So it's like
Yeah.
I have like a different perspective on things, which I think has been like kind of helpful for the girls too, like kind of seeing it from like an outside perspective um type of view. But yeah, we competed Saturday, got all the nerves out, practiced till like midnight Saturday night, went to bed, got up, got ready for finals. We like could listen to our critiques, so we get judged obviously, and like we get videos back from each judges, so we listened to all those. Then we like got to work on what to change, what to make better, what to like do differently. Um, just really worked really hard that Saturday night, and then competed in finals on Sunday, and then yeah, ended up taking home a national title, and then we placed second in Pom. We lost that by like 0.14 of a point, so that was kind of disappointing, but the girls worked so hard for that. They really did, and they were all really like grateful and like were happy like and satisfied with what they did. Like at the end of the day, like it's the judges judging you, so you can't really do anything about that. And
Yeah.
then we placed third jazz, which again is a little bit disappointing, but it was a very different type of jazz dance. I don't think that like our school has ever like done anything like that before. So it was a real our coach loves doing things that are like out of the box and different, which I love too, because it's something that like you probably will never do again, which
Yeah.
is fun. But yeah. And then
Yeah.
we brought home our trophy and then went back to school the next day. So that was fun.
That's pretty cool. You guys got your ring like straight away. Are you,
Yeah.
is your team like planning on getting it customized in any way?
So I have it. We had just had taken photos
You gotta
today
show
with
us.
our
You gotta show us.
this
Oh,
is it's like
it's huge. That's what
ridiculously
it
big.
is.
Ridiculously big. These are the ones we get from the actual competition. So our school, our coaches will now design like our school one, and then the school will put those together for us, which are a little bit more customized. Like last year, I think all of the girls, like each girl's name was on their ring and like the scores that they got for each dance.
Oh, yeah.
And like got our like Iowa Western like emblem on it and stuff like that. So that'll
Hmm.
be more personalized, but we won't get those until I think next year. So I'll be
Okay.
coming back to Iowa to get
Mm.
that.
Nice. Love that. Okay, let's dive back a little bit. So you're at Iowa Western Community College. Tell me about the school itself, like what degree you're pursuing, and if you want to maybe transfer on after your 2 years at a community college. So just dive into the school part.
Perfect. Iowa Western, I absolutely love it here. It really like kind of as soon as I got here and I like kind of settled in, it really did start to feel like home. As soon as like joining the team and like meeting new people and like having all of those experiences that I would never have gotten back home, like it really did start to feel like home. And I absolutely like I'm so glad that I came here. It was I think because every person that I meet here is like, why did you come to Iowa? Like it's in the middle of nowhere, like blah blah blah. And I was like, when I first got here, it was blizzarding. Like they had the worst snowstorm ever, which I've never
Mm.
experienced snow in my entire life.
Yeah.
So that was when I first got here, like I was like, damn, what did I do?
What did I get into?
Yeah. But it was the like when I did like my I did like virtual tours and stuff like that of all like the list of schools that I had gotten given, and I loved like the campus is so pretty here. It's not too big, but it's not tiny either. The
Hmm.
classroom I really liked the smaller classroom environment. I'm more of like a real hands-on learner. So the fact that like the classes were kind of like more like high school style, like where there's only like maybe 25, 30 people in the class, I really liked that.
Hmm.
My major, I'm a psychology major.
Yeah.
I've been accepted and committed to ASU next year. So
Congratulations.
thank you. I'll be changing environments to some warmer weather, which I'm very excited for. Um, but yeah,
Where is ASU?
yeah, Arizona State.
Hmm.
Be going
Cool, cool.
to the nice hot temperature. But I don't know, like it was just like it was like that weird like feeling where I was looking at like the programs, the classes, like the athletics was a really big part of it too. Because when I originally came here, obviously I wasn't coming for a sport, so I wanted a school that was like had a really big like athletics program so I could get involved with like that type, whether it's just like watching or like whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I really liked like our athletics programs here are crazy. We have t national titles on national titles, like
Hmm.
ridiculous. Um, but yeah, I don't know, it really felt like it just felt right. I don't really know how else to put it. Like when
No,
I was
that's
like doing it
fair.
and then like talking to people that had like come here was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No, that's totally fair. I kind of say like it's a gut feeling. When you feel that like good vibes and you feel deep down like, this is right. It might be scary, it might make you nervous and stuff, but it's definitely like a gut feeling that you're like, okay, I made the right decision. I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
scary, but I'm
Mhm.
excited. So I
A hundred.
totally get you on that. Um so when did you actually decide that you wanted to go to the US and study over there?
It was really, I had done like a fair bit of traveling like in high school and like that. I went to like Malaysia and I just really loved like experiencing new things. And like I always knew I wanted to go to like school after high school. And I just thought like from like I think it was like maybe 10th grade, I was like, yeah, like I really want to study overseas, whether it's like whatever I choose to do. But I graduated during COVID, so it was all online and it was
Tough.
not for me. I'm not an online learning type of person. I did try to go to, I went to RMIT for like 6 months maybe after high
Yeah.
school. I did like a, I went to like this, we did like a university program with like the Carlton, like the football club. They have like their Carlton College of Sport. So I did that for a year straight out of high school. And like I love that, but I really only did it for like the football program side of it. Like I
Yeah.
practiced and like trained with like all those girls, which was really fun. And then I decided I was like, I'll go to uni, like I'll just see how it is. And I did that. It was not for me. It was like 4 hour long lectures online, like just sitting in my room. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I deferred from that. And then I just worked at a warehouse for like almost 3 years. And I was just literally scrolling on Facebook one day and I saw like the Green Room Futures like had like an ad on my Facebook. And I was like, a bit skeptical, like you never know, people like, try
Yeah.
and scam you, stuff like that. So I like looked into it. I like signed up for like the pack welcome package and I read that, I looked through that. I was like, you know what, I'll like check it out, see if it's like, legit. And then I think I had a Zoom call with I think it was Jacob
Yeah.
and he was like just so like inviting and was like really excited and I was like, okay, like this seems like really, really something that could be like what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then I had another Zoom call. I had one with Matt then after that. And he was like, have like you spoken to your parents? And I was like, no, not yet. That was the next tough conversation I had to have.
Yeah.
Uh, so I called mum on my way home from work one day and I was like, like, can we have like a chat when I get home? And she was very much like, no, like we can talk about it right now.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. I was like, so how I deferred from uni, and she was like, you're not gonna go back, are you? Like, you don't want to like finish school? And I was like, no, like I do. I want to go to school. I was
Yeah.
like, just not in this country. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I want to like study overseas. I want to go to the US and study over there. And she was like, yeah, okay, we can talk about it when you get home, and just like kind of hung up. And I was like, oh.
Oh,
So
mom.
yeah, she was very shocked. So I got home and I kind of like explained it to her a little bit more. I showed her like the pack, like the welcome package and stuff that I'd gotten, and like I feel like that made her a little bit more comfortable. And I was like, I've already spoken to the guy that like is gonna help me. I was like, he wants to set up a Zoom call with like you and Dad, so like he can talk to you and like kind of calm your nerves a little bit. And she was like, she was always supportive, like whatever I want to do, both my parents have like backed me 100%, which has like been a really big thing for me because never really liked change growing up. So when I told them that I wanted to move to the other side of the world, they were a bit taken aback.
Yeah.
But we had our Zoom call with Matt and Jacob and that was kind of it. So I think that was maybe like 18 months before I actually like left. So I knew for like a little while and like kind of set it like in motion really early on, which was kind of good for me because I like to like have things set in stone and like kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew for a little while before I actually got on the plane over here, but yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, it's always tough for parents, you know, to send their little babies off to the
Yeah.
US of all places. It's so far. It's so far from
Yeah,
us. But I'm glad she got on board with
me
the
too.
Zoom call with Matt and Richo. Okay, so like at school, what is like your daily schedule look like? Because I know it varies from athlete and student to student. So just tell me about what your daily schedule is like with training and yeah.
Yeah. My schedule's pretty jam-packed well, it was when I was in dance. I work two jobs on campus, so
Okay.
I work in the mornings and then I'm taking six classes right now, which five of those are in person, so that takes up a lot of my day as well.
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Thursday, I have four classes a day, and then Fridays I only have two, which is really nice. But then again, we practiced every single day from 1:30 to 4:30. So I was going from work to class straight to practice, trying to find somewhere to eat in there.
Yeah.
And then after practice, I'd try eat again, then go to work, and
Yeah.
then also like try and fit in like my gym sessions and stuff like that. So it's very busy. I work in the middle of the night sometimes, which can take a toll, but it's all
Yeah.
worth it. I like having a routine, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But it's nice to have some free time now that dance is over, but I don't really know what to do with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
So
like
yeah,
you're just so busy all the time. And then like when you go home for a break or like when you finish like a sport or whatever you're doing,
yeah,
you just have so much time and it's like, oh my God, what do I do? Like I don't
yeah.
want to say I'm bored, but am I bored? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird, especially like coming here, obviously I wasn't gonna play a sport, so it was just school. But growing up, I always played like three or four sports at a time. So I'm used to having like the busy schedule. So I feel like that really helped me as well as like it kind of felt like home because I was pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does get to be a lot, got very, very tired and exhausted by the end of the season because our season's all year long. So we're
Yeah.
from August to April, like just supporting every other team, going to all of like our school like events and
Mhm.
cheering and dancing and yeah, it's a lot, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So what are the jobs that you have?
So I work at our welcome center. So I got the job during summer of last year because I haven't been home yet. So I've been in the States for a year and a half, yet to go home, but I
Mhm.
should be going home very soon. So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Um, but I was here over summer and I had nothing else to do, so I started working there. And during summer it was very hands-on. Like I was taking like students on like tours with their parents and
Right.
like sitting in on like advisor meetings and like answering the phones, filing, doing all that type of stuff, just kind of like helping out wherever I could. And then I work as a like desk assistant. So our like dorm buildings are set up in like an apartment style. So
Mhm.
we have like a front desk that you like scan into when you walk in. So I just sit there and like open the door for people and like if they get locked out of their room, I like call the RAs and all that, which that's the job I work during the middle of the night. So it's very quiet so I can get some homework done,
Yeah.
which is nice because I don't have any other time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I also did that job as a desk receptionist and I know what you mean about all through the night like because it's manned
Yeah.
24/7 basically.
Yeah,
So
24/7.
you need
Yeah.
your I don't know what you call them, but we called them graveyard shifts, I think. Because
Yeah,
just
I
like
know.
midnight to 6 a.m. or something. Like awful
Yeah,
hours, but the job had to be done and um
exactly right.
so I know what you mean. Um okay, so actually, let's stay on the topic of jobs. So I know some students or some Aussies just don't know the processes of how to get a job in the US and how many hours you're allowed to work. So on your
Yeah.
F1 student visa, can you tell us how many hours you're allowed to work at school?
So I'm allowed to work 20 hours a week. I believe it might during summer it's a little bit more because there's like not obviously not many people there. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I can work 20 hours a week, which I have to split up between both my jobs. So it's 20 hours altogether, like
Hmm.
not 20 hours at one job, 20 hours at the other. Like it's just 20.
Yeah.
I feel like depending on like I know some of like the other international students that like work with me, they go on like a it's like type of like an internship thing and that allows them to work a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, ours is just for me and like my visa is just 20 hours a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of like the F1 visa, it's like you're not allowed to work any more than the 20 hours, which I mean you shouldn't anyway because you're so busy at
Yeah.
school and you got your own stuff going on. So but yeah, I think in the summer it's double, so you can work 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Um, I got to look into that, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So academics wise, like what is like the biggest challenge for you at school?
Um, I like even in high school I've always been very like school driven. I loved school growing up. I love sitting in class and taking notes and learning. So I feel like I'm very lucky in that sense that like school's never really been like it's obviously been challenging and it's hard, but like it's
Yeah.
never been something that I like didn't want to do or like I didn't like have the motivation to do.
Hmm.
I just think now would be just finding time to do
Mm.
it. Like between work and school and dance, it's like I'd be like up till like late at night trying to get my homework done, which was I guess part of being a student athlete is like finding those little moments during I would sit at practice and if they were working on dances that I wasn't I'd be doing my homework at practice. Like you just kind of find time, which is like it's easy in a sense, but it's like it does get like very overwhelming because like especially when we had like spring break and like all that, like we were really,
Yeah.
really busy, so I didn't really have as much time to get some stuff done. But I think that's it. Like the only other thing that like I struggle with is like just like some of the classes that I needed to take was like were online and like I said, I'm not an online learning person, so those classes are a little bit harder, but our school provides like free tutoring and stuff like that with classes that you like really struggle with, which I've been dabbling in because I have been taking statistics this semester and it's
Uh,
not my forte.
yeah.
But our coach is really like pushing on us, like pushes that like school comes before dance, like you're a student before you're an athlete. So we had mandatory like study halls that we would go to every week. We'd had to like send our grades in every week. We'd have to email our teachers like a little survey, like asking them how we're doing in class, and like they'd send that to our coach. So like they really stayed on top of that, which was really good for us, I think. We had a few issues with like eligibility halfway through the season, and like some of the girls weren't able to dance, which
Yeah.
I think really kicked us into gear and like got us all like, okay, like we really need to get our stuff done.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, our coaches and like the support from the school as well. Like my advisor was the like has been the best here. Like I love her.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like just I think really just staying on top of your like work and like not letting it pile up really helped me. Like I try and get like a few bits of homework done every day, so I'm not sitting there on like a Sunday night trying to get all my stuff done before midnight.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to explain what study hall is for those that might not know?
So I think it's mandatory for all of the like sports teams at our school, but every Monday we had like a mandatory study hall where we'd our whole team would go in the library and we'd sit there for like a certain period of time. It was normally like around an hour.
Yeah.
And we'd sit there and like we'd have like people like checking on us, like making sure that we were doing our homework and not just like sitting there and talking and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's and like our tutoring's in the library and that's where we had to like go. So people would use that, which was really helpful for us as well. And it kind of just kept everyone like on track
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. And when you talked about eligibility and staying like able to compete, like what is do you know what the GPA is that you have to be above to be able to compete?
So, for our competition team, you need to be registered. I believe it's 9 credits. It might be 12.
Yeah.
But you need to have I think it's 2.5 GPA to like be eligible to compete and like dance. Um, which was a new like obviously we don't have GPAs back home, so I was kind of confused me at the start. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I believe ours is 2.5. Like you have to keep a 2.5 or above to be able to like be eligible to dance.
Yeah. Yeah, so GPAs go all the way up to 4.0s, which is basically straight A's, A pluses
Yeah.
all around, 100% in all your classes. And I think 2.5 is sort of like um, borderline failing, or I think it's either C
It's like a
minuses all
C.
around or D,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's
that
like kind of,
it's
relating it to relating it to Australian grades.
yeah.
So yeah, so everyone, it goes across all sports as well. You have to be enrolled in at least 9 credit classes, like you said, or 12. I can't remember either. Um, but I think I think it's 9 credit classes for master students and then 12 credit classes for undergraduates. Um,
Yeah, it was yeah, something along
something
those
like that.
lines.
Something
Yeah.
like that. I honestly, it's been so long for me, I can't remember. But I should look into that. But yeah, you have to be enrolled in those certain classes to be able to compete in any sport as an athlete,
Yeah.
particularly as an international student athlete, because if you do not, then your visa can be in jeopardy with that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a bit of warning for those that might be listening and don't know. Um, so is there anything that you wish that you knew before coming to the US?
Um, I don't know, like for me it was so like weird because it felt so different but like so similar at the same time. And
Yeah,
I've said like I've had so many like conversations with like my friends here. I'm like when you like think about big picture things, like they're really similar in like certain ways. And like I grew up watching like American movies and American TV and
yeah,
like American
yeah.
YouTubers and like stuff like that. So I kind of like I obviously didn't know much about the US, but like I kind of had a general idea. But then like when it comes down to it, like even just like little like differences in like the words we use or like what we call different things is like I'll like we'll be having a conversation, I'll say something and like my friends will be like what did you just say? I'm like, like blah blah and then like just like those little differences. But I don't think like nothing was like too surprising for me. Like there wasn't anything where I was like, wow, like that's crazy.
Yeah. What about the accents? Was it hard to adjust to everyone?
I think it was harder for people to adjust to mine because,
Yeah,
like, again, like growing up watching American movies, it kind of just sounds normal. Like, you can
yeah,
hear the accent, and like, but people, like, one of my first roommates was from Texas, so she had a very strong, like, Southern accent.
yeah,
But I think it took them longer to get used to me speaking, um, using my different Australian slang
yeah.
and stuff like that. I think it was harder for them to adjust than it was for me.
Yeah, I totally feel you. Are there any other Aussies at your school?
Yeah, I literally had this conversation the other day. There's like I think 8 of us here. There's a
Oh,
fair few of
cool.
us.
Yeah,
So obviously there's us two on the dance team.
yeah,
When I first moved here, there was like 4 boys that were on the track and field
yeah,
that we figured out we like grew up 15 minutes away from each other, which was crazy.
yeah,
Um,
cool.
there's two on the volleyball team here now, 2 girls,
Yeah.
and then there was one on the baseball team, and we have someone from New Zealand on our soccer team, which was fun
Oh,
to
cool.
meet. His name's Oliver. He's so
Yeah.
lovely. But yeah, yeah, there's a like we have like our Western specifically, I feel like has a very like diverse, multicultural like
Yeah.
um students, which is really, really fun. There was 2 Brazilian girls on our team last year and just like learning different cultures and like different backgrounds. Because even people like that are from the United States have like different backgrounds, different families, stuff like that. It's been really, really fun to like learn about other people.
Yeah, cool. Has it been a challenge for you to adjust to the food over there or
Oh, yeah.
yeah?
I when I first got here, I did not like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just more like the portion sizes for one are ridiculously big.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's more like processed or like, but it was killing my stomach when I first got here. But I've like
Mhm.
slowly adjusting to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just even like the different like fast food like restaurants and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah. I remember the first at least 3 months, it like my stomach just could not handle it.
Yeah.
It was tough. I know, and everyone goes through the same thing. I swear, it's
Yeah.
one of the things that you can relate to all the other Aussies about. Like you can ask
Yeah.
food or where you're from. Because I had this a very similar situation where I met someone from Australia. We went to the same school, and then we realized we actually lived like 15 minutes away from each other in Brisbane.
Great.
Um,
Crazy.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so um, so far, what's been the best and what's been the hardest part about being in college?
I think obviously the hardest part is like being away from home and like so far from like kind of everything that I like knew in
Yeah.
life. Um, I feel like having like that support system from back home and then also having like my own support system here is like really, really helped me. Like it's like my own little family here, which has been so helpful. But again, like being away from everyone and everything that I have ever known, like growing up, was will always be the hardest thing, I think. I don't think it will ever go away. Like you're a 24-hour plane ride from your whole family. So that's always going to be difficult, but I feel like not that it gets easier, it just gets easier to deal with, I
Yeah.
guess, could be like the way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, the easiest thing, I don't know. I feel like I'm very like friendly out there person. So I think the easiest thing was like meeting new people and like just getting to know like everyone that like because we have like little like events that like our buildings will put on and stuff like that. So going there and just like really just talking to anyone and everyone and just like meeting people and stuff like that. I feel like that was the easiest thing for me.
Yeah.
But again, it's very scary coming to a place that I have never been and don't know anyone and shy and scared to like kind of put myself out there. But like once I settled in, I really like just it was really easy, I guess, just to like kind of act like it was back home.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you living in like a dorm? Like, do you have roommates and stuff?
Yeah, so how they do it here, there's four different like dorm like living styles. So we I live in like the suites. So there's two suites buildings, which is co-ed. So like boys and girls live in here, but you obviously in your room you only live with girls. We have like they put the sports teams always together. So like I have three other roommates that are all on the dance team, and like our whole hallway is just dance girls, which
Cool.
I think is so like it's so super fun. Like we'll leave our doors open, we just kind of like walk from room to room.
Yeah.
Um, but when I first moved here, I lived in the villages, which is like more like of a house type style. It had its own like kitchen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like up the back of the school. But and you have like kind of not more freedom, but like in the suites, you obviously have a front desk and like you scan your card to get in and stuff like that. Whereas like the villages is you have your card to like scan into like your little apartment house thing, and that's kind of it. You just anyone can kind of roam wherever, which is was frightening for me when I first got here because I didn't have any roommates yet, and I was in this real big dorm by myself in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yes, I live with three of the other girls on the dance team, which has been the best. Like we're so close. Like they're my best friends here. Like it's literally like living with your best friends every single day.
So awesome. I love that. I miss that about college. Like you could just walk maybe less than 5 meters and be like, hey,
Hey,
we're
literally, it's
going to eat
crazy.
dinner. Like, let's go
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
type of
it,
thing.
it does, and that's exactly how it is. Like, even if like we all live in the same room, we have our little group chat. Like, what time do you want to go eat at the cafe?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I went to Tyler Junior College in Texas. So
I
similar.
think I was one of the that was on my list of colleges to look at, I
Oh,
believe.
true, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Such a small world, honestly. Especially the
It's
JUCO world.
it's actually crazy to me. Like I remember because our football team versed Hutchinson in their like national championship game, and
Yeah.
I was like looking at like the Green Room Futures like post, and the Hutchinson's kicker is from Perth, and I was like
Ah,
he came over with like the same company as me, and I was like that's crazy. Like you
yeah.
literally like actually versing each other, like, and you would just never have known.
Yeah, it's a question that you can always ask your like other Aussies at your school, at this school and your next school and be like, "Oh, how did you get over here? Like
Yeah,
who did you go with?" type of thing.
yeah, it's
Um
crazy.
yeah, make sure to ask and um see who got you over like, "Oh, I know Matt too," or like, "I know Richard."
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a good question to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left. I got two more questions for you. First one is if you could do it all over again, like going to the US in general, and then from that, like if you could go to Iowa Western again, would you do it? Would you do it all over again, basically? Would you change anything?
No, I would 100% come over again and pick this school. Like, it's helped me like grow so much as a person, and like the experiences and people that I've like met here and the experiences that I've had. Like, it's it can't, like something that you can't even like really my friends are peeping in. It's something that like you can't really describe. I don't know, like it just feels so right. Like it really feels like I found my place here, which I'm so grateful for. And like not only like the girls on the team, but like the other friends that I've made and like my coaches, like over like summer break and winter break that we had, like my coach like has was had been such a help for me and like just I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. I really couldn't.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, and my last question is any advice that you would give a fellow Aussie thinking about coming to the US to study and play?
Some advice I would give would be to push yourself and step out of your comfort zone. You really never know where you can get in life
Yeah.
other than like taking those chances and like taking those opportunities. Like you meet so many people, like you have so many connections. Even when you come back home afterwards, like you'll have those like people and memories with you for life. And it's like something that is something that not everyone gets a chance to like have. And
Mhm.
I think that was a really big like pushing factor for me is that like no one else in my town at the age of 22 can say that they went and studied in the US for 4 years and like did all these different crazy things. Like
Yeah.
it's really like just something that you should take like and just run with it really.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice. Yeah, you can go back home once you graduated and become a NARP and you can
I
say
know that's gonna be me at my next school. I'm not looking forward to it.
it's okay, it's a different lifestyle, but you'll get used to
Yeah.
it. It's all still the
Yeah.
same though. It's all still the same. But yeah,
Exactly. That was another like big thing for me, like in my decision of coming over here is like at the end of the day, I can always come home and like everyone and everything is still gonna be there at the end of the day. So why not take
yeah,
a chance and do something different?
yeah, exactly. Oh, that's really good advice. Okay, well that's all I have time for today. We've got 2 minutes left. Great. But yeah, thank you so much.
Of
Really
course, thank
appreciate it.
you.
Yeah, congratulations again. It's a really awesome bit of memorabilia to bring home. I've got
I
a couple
know, I'm
of rings
excited.
myself, so I
I
know
did
they're
I did
sitting
see that.
they're sitting pretty on my shelf at home in Cairns. So yeah, it's always nice to bring home. And along with that, it's all the friendships that you've made and the memories that you've created from this experience. So I'm really happy for you. I can't
Thank you.
wait to see your next steps in college at ASU. I did not know that, so I'm very excited for you. And
Thank you.
just keep us updated, and I'll get some posts out here and there with your transfer news and yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, Casey.
Awesome.
I will keep
Thank you
in
for
touch with you.
having me.
Yeah, of course. All right. Bye.
Bye.